Hello, and welcome to our first virtual Appleby concert series. We're very excited to be able to bring this tradition back last year. We know we weren't able to have the concert series last summer because of the pandemic, and we're just glad to be back. We did have to make a decision about whether we would be virtual or in person this year, and it was several months ago, and things weren't looking too great then, so we decided to do a virtual concert series. But this means you can enjoy the concerts from the comfort of your air conditioned home, and we're so happy to have you. Just a few things about what's going on at the library. Our summer reading program starts today, and you can get prizes just for reading. You can sign up online for our program at arcpls.org/summer. And we're also excited to announce that Appleby has a renovation in its future. Plans are being drawn up right now to make this building more accessible to all its patrons. If you're familiar with this building, it has a lot of stairs, and we want to make sure that everybody can use it. And in 2 weeks, we will have the Doug Flowers Band as our act. But I'm going to introduce tonight's act, who is Zanaiah Billups. She is a fresh 2021 Davidson alumna. She won second place in the Schmidt Vocal Arts Georgia competition and first place in the Southeast Regional National Association of Teachers of Singing competition for high school classical voice. She will be pursuing her bachelor's degree at the Frost School of Music at the University of Miami in fall of 2021 as a recipient of the Presidential Music Scholarship. So I know you all are very excited to hear her. We've been listening to her practice. She has such a lovely voice, and I know that you all will enjoy it. Without further ado, here is Zanaiah Billups.
All right. Hi, everyone. Um, thank you everyone for having me. I'm so glad this is the first time I've ever performed in the Appleby concert series, and I'm super excited to sing for you all. So this evening, I will be performing some of my favorite spirituals, um, African American spirituals, and a lot of these are very near and dear, close to my heart. So without further ado, here is "Every Time I Feel the Spirit." Every time I feel the Spirit moving through my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Upon the mountain, my Lord spoke. Out of his mouth came fire and smoke. Jordan River, chilly and cold, charred the body, but not the soul. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, oh, I will pray. All around me look so shine. Ask me, Lord, if all was not. But one train runs this track. It runs to heaven and runs right back. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Oh, every time I feel the Spirit Thank you, everyone. Okay, so this next one is a very well-known spiritual, and it actually has some very deep history. So, it was actually one of the first spirituals to be performed as an art song um, by trained classical singers. So, um, it became a very popular recital song starting in the 1860s. This is after Emancipation Proclamation, and singers such as Marian Anderson, Paul Robeson, and several other very popular singers actually began to sing this song. And so, after this African American spiritual is being performed, not as just a common folk song, but in classical settings, it inspired many other people to publish spirituals as art songs. So, without further ado, here is Deep River. Deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. Deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. Oh, don't you want to go to that gospel feast? That promised land where all is peace. Oh, deep river, Lord, I want to cross over into campground. Thank you. All right. I hope you all enjoyed that one. Um, so our next one is a little bit upbeat, and I think this will be pretty familiar to a lot of you. So here is "I Want to Be Ready." I want to be ready. I want to be ready. I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. John said the city was just four square. Walk in Jerusalem just like John. And he declared he'd meet me there. Walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready. Oh, I want to be ready. I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. When Peter was preaching at Pentecost, walk in Jerusalem just like John. He was endowed with the Holy Ghost, walk in Jerusalem just like John. I wanna be ready, oh, I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. All right, thank you. Okay, so for this next one, what I love the most about African American spirituals is that there's so much diversity in between each of them. So kind of like what you just heard in the "I Want to Be Ready," you'll from one moment you'll hear lots of joy, lots of happiness, but then in the next spiritual you hear a big difference in terms of character, and some of them are a lot more mellow, a lot of melancholy, very sad. So this next one is called Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. 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 A long ways from home. 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 Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. A long ways from home. 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 Thank you. See, they had to switch up, a little happiness on y'all then. See? Okay. So for this next one, it's one of my personal favorites. And by the way, a lot of these spirituals that I've selected were arranged by a composer named H.T. Burley. He's a very famous African American composer. He, along with several others, was known for composing all of these African American spirituals that were typically sung during slavery and after slavery, right after slavery, um, into these classical art songs, right? Um, but yes, without further ado, here is Were You There? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Sometimes it causes me Were you there when he rose up from the grave? Were you there when he rose up from the grave? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble. Were you there when he rose up from the grave? All right. So for this next song, I was introduced to this. I was the first time I heard anyone sing this was Marian Anderson, very famous classical singer, and this next one is called "I Got a Robe." I got a robe, you got a robe, all of God's children got a robe. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my robe, gonna shout all over God's heaven, heaven. Everybody talking about heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, gonna shout all over God's heaven. I got shoes, you got shoes, all of God's children got shoes. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my shoes, gonna walk all over God's heaven, heaven, heaven. Everybody talking about heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, gonna walk all over God's heaven. I got a harp, you got a harp, all of God's children got a harp. When I get to heaven, gonna play on my harp, gonna walk all over God's heaven, heaven, heaven. Everybody talking about heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, heaven, gonna play all over God's heaven. Thank you. All right. So this next one, I've heard some very interesting renditions of this. So this was a song that was actually used for code, that as a code for fugitive slaves fleeing to Maryland. Um, there's some very famous renditions of this, especially by Louis Armstrong. So without further ado, here is "Go Down Moses." When Israel was in Egypt's land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand. Um, so a little bit about me before I perform this next one. Um, so yes, like they said, I just graduated from Davidson Fine Arts Magnet School. Woo woo. Um, so for the time that I was there, at least okay, in terms of the high school part, I was in the Davidson Chorale, and we performed lots of spirituals every year. Um, I was in the Davidson Fine Arts Chamber Orchestra, and we performed several works by African American composers. And so for this next one, I had a very deep connection with this one. We will always perform this at our Black History show that we put on every February, and frankly, it's just beautiful. So this next one is "Steal Away." Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, oh, steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord calls me. He calls me by the thunder. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, oh, steal away home. I ain't got long to stay. Green trees are bending, poor sinners stand trembling. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, oh, steal away home. I ain't got long to stay. Thank you. All right. So yes, so singing spirituals, no pun intended, but it always lifts my spirits, even if it is a more minor, sad song. So for this next one, it's called "I Don't Feel No Ways Tired." I am seeking for a city, hallelujah. I am seeking for a city, hallelujah. For a city into heaven, hallelujah. For a city into the heaven, hallelujah. Lord, I don't feel no beside children, oh, glory, hallelujah. For I hope to shout glory when this world is on fire, children, oh, glory, hallelujah. There's a better day a-coming, hallelujah. There's a better day a-coming, hallelujah. When I leave this world of sorrow, hallelujah. Hallelujah, for I hope to shout glory when this world is on fire. Children, oh glory, hallelujah. Thank you. All right. Um, so for this next one, um, I think it will definitely speak for itself. But if you've noticed thus far, so all of these spirituals have several themes in them. Um, for the most part, all of them very religious because, like I said, African American spirituals they originated um, just in a informal setting from a lot of people singing while in bondage, right? So a lot of them they'll be in an upbeat kind of sense, but in the sense still kind of like a sad, melancholy um kind of way. So for this next one is "Tis Me, O Lord." Tis me, O Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Tis me, O Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Not my deacon, not my elder, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Not my sister, not my brother, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Tis me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Tis me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Thank you. All right. Hope you all are enjoying, like Aaron said, in the comforts of your air-conditioned home. Um, for this next one, it's a quick one. It's called "Oh, Wasn't That a Wide River?" Oh, wasn't that a wide river of the Jordan, Lord? Wide river, that's one more river to cross. Oh, wasn't that a wide river over Jordan, Lord? Wide river, that's one more river to cross. Oh, the river Jordan is so wide, one more river to cross. I don't know how to get on the other side. One more river to cross. I have some friends before me gone. One more river to cross. By the grace of God, I'll follow on. One more river to cross. Oh, wasn't that a wide river over Jordan, Lord? Wide river, that's one more river to cross. Shout, shout, Satan's about. One more river to cross. weeping not. One more river to cross. Oh, Satan is like a snake in the grass. One more river to cross. If you don't mind, he'll get you lost. One more river to cross. Oh, wasn't that a wide river on a Jordan road? Wide river, that's one more river to cross. Oh, there's one more river to cross. Thank you. All right. Um, so for this next tune, it is very popular, and I hope you all enjoy it. Here is Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Coming for to carry me home. Overdue. I looked over Jordan, what did I see? Come forth, carry me home. A band of angels coming after me. Come forth, carry me home. Come forth, carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Thank you. All right. So a little bit more about myself. Yes, like you said in the biography, I'll be going to the University of Miami. I'll be studying music industry and classical voice. So it's a fun little, a fun little matchup. But frankly, we'll have a good time and learn a lot. Um, yeah. So next song is called "Weepin' Mary." If there's anybody here like weeping Mary, Fun. All right. So that one, yeah, that leaves y'all on a little cliffhanger. But yes, okay. So for this next one's a little bit more upbeat and joyful. It's called By and By. Oh, by and by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. Oh, by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. I know my Lord's gonna fit me well. I'm going to lay down my heavy load. I tried it on that gate of hell. I'm going to lay down my heavy load. Oh, by and by, oh, by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. Oh, I'm gonna lay down my heavy load. Gonna take up my wings and clear the air. I'm gonna lay down my heavy load. Oh, by and by, I'm gonna lay down this heavy load. Fun. All right. Okay, a little fun fact about a lot of African American spirituals. Um, they heavily influence probably almost every single genre of American music as we know it, um, including blues, bluegrass, jazz, gospel, just everything, right? So for this next one, I hope you all enjoy it. It's called Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Oh, yes, Lord. Sometimes I'm almost to the ground. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Oh, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. If you get me before I do, oh, yes, Lord, tell all of my friends I'm coming to. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Yes, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. All right. Okay. So for this next fun song, I have so many just deep connections to the song. So it's called Balm and Gilead. I actually did an interview from the top. It'll come out soon. It'll come out soon. With from the top podcast talking about this song. I'll get a little sneak peek. But yes. So here we are. Is one of my personal favorite spirituals, Balm and Gilead. There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. Sometimes I feel discouraged and think my work's in vain. But then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again. There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. If you can preach like Peter, if you can pray like Paul, go home and tell your neighbor he died to save us all. There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sick soul. To heal the sick soul. Thank you. All right. Before my very last tune, I would like to say thank you all for having me. I've enjoyed performing at this concert series. I love watching this concert series. Shout out to everyone who is viewing in the live stream from the comfort of your own home or cars or wherever you may be. We really appreciate your presence here, and thank you for the to the Appleby Library for our very last tune, a very popular one called Ain't Going to Study War No More. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside. I'm gonna study war no more. I'm gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. I'm gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my sword shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my sword shield down by the riverside. I'm gonna study war no more. Gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. I'm gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. I'm gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside. Gonna study war no more. I'm gonna study war no more. War no more. Study war no more. I'm gonna study war no more. Study war Thank you all. My name is Zanaiah Billups, and I appreciate you all for having me.
Well, that was a wonderful way to start off our concert series, and we look forward to seeing what Miss Billups does in the future. Clearly, as you can hear, um, we only imagine great things for her. And thank you for coming to our first virtual concert. We're glad you are here. Hope you enjoyed it. In 2 weeks, we will have the Doug Flowers Band, which is a bluegrass band out of Hepzibah, be here to perform for you virtually. So set your calendars and your clocks and get your comfortable pajamas, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you.